same thing. Karen says, just do it. There ain't nothing to it. Just do it.
Welcome to another deep dive. This time, into the creative world of Karen Eastland.
Karen Eastland.
Now, you might be thinking another AI artist.
Yeah.
What's so special about her?
Right.
But trust me, this is someone who's been using AI in incredibly innovative ways for years, long before it hit the mainstream.
Yeah, what's fascinating is that Karen isn't just dabbling in AI.
Right.
She's like woven it into the very fabric of her creative process.
Exactly.
Across multiple artistic disciplines.
Yeah.
We're talking about a Tasmanian author, songwriter, and mixed media artist.
It's really mind-blowing. We're talking about someone who was using Crazy Talk Pro
Wow.
back in 2008
2008.
to create lip-synced videos for a grandma class channel for her grandkids.
Oh, wow.
This is a testament to her willingness to embrace new tech from the get-go.
Right. And think about it. Back in 2008, AI was practically in its infancy. Yet she was already experimenting with tools like Crazy Talk Pro and GIMP,
Yeah.
a free image editing software. This shows a remarkable level of resourcefulness
Yeah.
and a desire to push creative boundaries.
And that experimental spirit is something we see throughout her journey.
Yes.
She's used a whole range of tools, from Kling AI and Create AI for video and imagery to cutting-edge platforms like Suno V4 for music production and Ideogram for creating album art.
It's almost like she's a living timeline of AI's evolution in the creative sphere.
Yeah.
But what strikes me is she doesn't just jump on every new AI bandwagon.
Right.
She's very deliberate about selecting tools that truly complement her artistic vision.
Absolutely. This deep dive isn't just about listing the tech she's used. It's about understanding how she seamlessly blends human artistry with the capabilities of AI. We'll uncover her successes, her frustrations, and how she's constantly evolving as an artist in this new age of AI-assisted creation.
Precisely. So to really get the most out of this deep dive, consider this. What can we learn from Karen's experience? How can we as creators,
Right.
or simply curious minds,
Yeah.
navigate this exciting but often complex world of AI and creativity?
Let's unpack her journey chronologically.
Okay.
Starting with her early adoption of AI in 2008, as we mentioned, she was already using tools like Crazy Talk Pro and GIMP,
Right.
demonstrating a tech-savvy approach that's pretty remarkable for that time.
It challenges the assumption that artists embracing AI are all latecomers to the game.
Right.
Karen's early adoption speaks to a deep-seated curiosity about technology's potential in art.
And that curiosity continues to drive her today. It's fascinating that she didn't start using ChatGPT and Gemini until 2024,
Wow.
which might seem surprising considering her early AI adoption.
I think that's a really important point. It shows that she's not just blindly adopting every shiny new AI tool that comes along. She's carefully evaluating which tools actually fit her specific needs and enhance her creative process.
She even went so far as to use LM Studio on an external drive
Wow.
before ChatGPT became widely available. It's another example of her willingness to get her hands dirty and figure things out on her own.
It speaks to her problem-solving abilities, her willingness to go beyond the conventional and find creative solutions.
Now let's zoom in on her music production process. She uses Suno V4,
Okay.
a really impressive tool that not only generates complete songs, but allows her to specify the style and even the voice she wants.
Wow.
She utilizes the Create Persona feature to maintain consistency across multiple tracks.
Suno V4 is fascinating because it offers a level of control and customization that many other AI music generators lack.
Yes.
It's not just about spitting out random tunes. It's about providing artists with the tools to shape their own AI-assisted musical creations.
But as with any technology, there are quirks. Karen mentioned that Suno V4 sometimes has this strange habit of repeating the same song. It's a good reminder that these tools are still in development
Right.
and can have their limitations.
Absolutely. AI, even at its most advanced, is still prone to unexpected outputs. It's a constant reminder that we're in a phase of rapid development and there will be bumps along the way.
And that's where the human element comes back into play. While Suno V4 helps Karen generate the raw musical material, she still relies on traditional software like Reaper and DaVinci Resolve for the editing process.
This reinforces the fact that AI isn't about replacing human creativity. It's about augmenting it, offering new avenues for expression and streamlining certain tasks.
Yeah.
It's about finding that synergy between human and machine.
When it comes to visuals, specifically album art, She favors Ideogram because it handles text exceptionally well.
Hmm.
This is a feature that she found lacking in other AI image generators,
Okay.
which often struggle to incorporate text seamlessly.
You've hit on a pain point for many artists working with AI-generated imagery.
Right.
The technology is rapidly evolving, but there's still areas where it falls short,
Yeah.
and accurate text integration is one of them.
She's also experimented with Google Labs Image FX, which she says excels at creating realistic imagery. But the text integration, she says, is hit or miss. And guess what? She's on the waitlist for Video FX, Google Labs' new video generation tool. It seems like she's always on the lookout for what's next on the horizon.
It seems that Karen's constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI, always eager to explore new tools and experiment with different approaches. It's this constant exploration that keeps her work fresh and innovative.
Now, you might be surprised to learn that while ChatGPT, specifically its AI persona Sol, plays a role in her creative process, it's not her primary music tool.
Oh.
She mainly uses it for writing and editing, referring to Sol as her editor-in-chief.
It's interesting to see how she leverages the versatility of language models like ChatGPT for tasks beyond music creation.
Right.
It demonstrates a broader understanding of how AI can be a valuable asset across various creative disciplines.
She also uses ChatGPT to assist with longer-form poetry,
Oh, wow.
which she then transforms into songs. It's a really fascinating example of how she seamlessly integrates AI into her songwriting process.
It's like she's found a way to make AI an integral part of her creative toolkit,
Yeah.
using it to spark ideas, refine her work, and explore new creative avenues.
But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. Karen has been very open about the challenges and frustrations she's encountered along the way. For example, she mentioned experiencing AI hallucinations.
Yes.
Where the AI generates unexpected and sometimes nonsensical outputs.
Ah, yes. The infamous AI hallucination.
Right.
It's a phenomenon that can be both amusing and frustrating,
Right.
especially when you're striving for a specific creative outcome and the AI throws you a curveball.
Remember those early text generation issues with image creation that we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, that was a major hurdle for Karen,
Right.
particularly when she was trying to create album covers.
Those early days were definitely a Wild West in terms of AI capabilities.
Yeah.
The technology simply wasn't there yet for many tasks, and it required a lot of patience and ingenuity to achieve the desired results.
She also felt limited by certain tools that couldn't keep up with her creative vision.
Yeah.
She specifically mentioned Kling AI as an example of a platform that ultimately couldn't meet her needs.
It highlights an important point about the dynamic nature of AI development.
Yes.
Tools that seem promising today might quickly become obsolete as the technology rapidly evolves.
Right.
It's a reminder to stay flexible and be willing to adapt to new solutions.
And let's not forget that Suno V4 quirk, where it kept repeating the same song. It's a great example of how even seemingly sophisticated AI tools can have unexpected limitations.
It's a good lesson in managing expectations. AI is a powerful tool, but it's not a magic bullet. There will be times when you need to experiment, iterate, and find creative workarounds to overcome those limitations.
We've explored Karen's early AI adoption, her journey through various tools and platforms, and her experiences with both the benefits and limitations of AI. As we move forward, we'll delve deeper into the specific challenges she's faced, her personal reflections on AI's impact on her creative process, and ultimately what we can all learn from her experiences.
It's going to be a fascinating exploration of how an artist has embraced AI, not as a replacement for human ingenuity, but as a powerful collaborator in the ongoing evolution of creativity.
Karen's journey with AI really highlights how the creative landscape is changing. More and more artists are embracing AI not as a replacement, but as a partner in the creative process.
Yeah, like a new dance between human and machine,
Right.
each pushing the other to explore uncharted territories of artistic expression.
And she's emphasized the importance of finding the right tools for the job.
Exactly.
It's not a one-size-fits-all situation with AI.
Each tool has its own strengths and weaknesses. It's about understanding those nuances and then choosing the tools that best align with your creative vision.
For a while, she was really focused on using Kling AI to create music videos, but she kept hitting roadblocks because the technology just wasn't quite there yet for what she wanted to achieve.
I think a lot of creatives can relate to that experience. Sometimes we get attached to a particular tool or workflow, even when it's no longer serving us well.
Exactly. And it took her a while to realize that it was time to shift gears. That's when she turned her attention to creating album art, which led her to Ideogram and other image-based AI tools.
It's a great lesson in flexibility. Sometimes the most innovative solutions come from letting go of our preconceived notions and embracing new possibilities.
And that's a recurring theme in her work. She's always experimenting, pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI, but she's also not afraid to step back and reassess when something isn't working.
That's a sign of a true innovator. It's not just about blindly adopting the latest technology. It's about critically evaluating its potential and
Yeah.
figuring out how to integrate it into a broader artistic practice.
So we've talked about the tools, the challenges, and the benefits, but let's bring this back to you for a moment. What aspects of Karen's story resonate with you? Are there any lessons you can take away and apply to your own creative endeavors, or even just your approach to learning and exploring new things?
It's a great question to consider because even if you're not an artist or musician, Karen's journey offers some really valuable insights into how we can all navigate this evolving landscape of technology and creativity.
Now, before we wrap up, there's one more aspect of Karen's work that I think is particularly fascinating. She's been very open about the ethical considerations surrounding AI.
That's an increasingly important topic as AI technology continues to advance. It's something we all need to be thinking about.
One of her concerns is the potential for AI-generated books to flood the market.
It raises some thought-provoking questions. If AI can generate entire novels, what does that mean for the role of human authors?
Right, and she even mentioned the possibility of Amazon banning AI-written books.
That's certainly a scenario to consider as AI-generated content becomes more sophisticated. Platforms like Amazon will need to grapple with questions of authenticity, authorship, and intellectual property.
And here's a question she posed that I think is worth pondering. Where do you draw the line between human and machine? If AI could perfectly replicate your creative style, would you use it?
That's a question that doesn't have an easy answer, but it's a question we all need to start asking ourselves as AI becomes more integrated into our lives.
And remember how she talked about using AI to create a two-host podcast?
Oh yeah, you're talking about my writerly self, where she uses Notebook LM to have a conversation with itself essentially about her creative process.
Exactly. It's this incredibly meta use of AI, and it really blurs the lines between the creator and the creation.
It's a fascinating example of how AI is pushing us to rethink traditional notions of authorship and originality.
It doesn't stop there. She's even considering using 11 Labs, a voice cloning platform for presentations and other content.
Voice cloning technology is another rapidly evolving area of AI. It has the potential to revolutionize the way we create and consume audio content.
But through all of this exploration and experimentation, Karen's message remains clear. AI is a tool. It's a powerful tool, but it's still just a tool. It's up to us, the humans, to decide how we want to use it.
That's such an important message to take away from this deep dive. AI is not going to replace human creativity, but it will fundamentally change the way we create, consume, and interact with art.
So as we wrap up this part of our exploration, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned from Karen's journey. What resonates with you? What questions does it raise for you about the future of art and AI?
These are questions that are definitely worth pondering because the future of creativity is being written right now, and AI is playing a key role in shaping that narrative.
Karen has also been very candid about the less glamorous aspects of working with AI. She's talked about the try-fail cycle of finding the right AI tools, and she doesn't sugarcoat the frustrations involved.
It's refreshing to hear that honesty. It's easy to get caught up in the hype surrounding AI and think it's a magic bullet for all our creative woes. But Karen's experience is a reminder that AI is still technology, and technology can be fickle.
She's faced a lot of challenges. Like when she tried using Kriya AI for video imagery, she ultimately had to abandon it because it just wasn't giving her the level of control she needed.
It's a good reminder that not every AI tool is created equal. And sometimes the most creative solution is to walk away from a tool that's not working and find one that better suits your needs.
But here's the key takeaway. Despite all the setbacks and frustrations, Karen never gives up. She keeps experimenting, keeps pushing boundaries, keeps asking those tough questions about AI and creativity.
And that's what makes her story so inspiring. It's not about finding the perfect AI tool or the perfect solution. It's about embracing the process of exploration and discovery, even when it's messy and unpredictable.
Think back to that early project she did for her grandkids. She created a whole children's channel called Grandma Claus using Crazy Talk Pro to make those adorable lip-synced videos.
It's such a heartwarming example of how AI can be used to create joy and connection, even in its early, less sophisticated forms.
And then there's her music channel, where she showcases her original songs, many of which were created with the help of AI.
She's even released entire albums of AI-assisted music demonstrating the viability of these tools in creating professional quality work.
And we can't forget her podcast, My Writerly Self, where she uses AI to have those meta-conversations about her creative process.
It's a truly unique and innovative approach to podcasting that wouldn't be possible without AI.
On top of all of that, she's a prolific writer.
It's remarkable how she manages to balance all of these creative pursuits. She's a true powerhouse of creativity.
But here's what I find most inspiring about Karen. She's not just using AI to create art. She's using it to connect with others, to share her stories, and to spark conversations about the future of creativity.
That's a beautiful way to put it. She's not just focused on the technical aspects of AI, she's deeply interested in its human implications, its potential to shape our culture and our understanding of ourselves.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's leave you with a final thought to consider: what if AI isn't just a tool for creating art? What if it's also a tool for creating empathy, for understanding each other better, for building bridges across cultures and perspectives?
That's a profound and hopeful possibility, and it's something that Karen's work invites us to contemplate.
Because ultimately, the most important question isn't how AI will change art, it's how art powered by AI will change us. And you know, what's interesting is that she's really been upfront about the challenges she's faced, especially when it comes to AI's limitations.
Right. It's important to remember that these AI tools, they're still evolving.
Yeah.
They're not perfect.
Yeah.
And they won't always deliver exactly what you expect.
She's talked about those moments of frustration when the AI just goes off the rails, those hallucinations,
Yeah.
where it generates something totally unexpected.
Yeah, those unexpected outputs can be a source of both amusement and frustration for artists
Yeah.
who are working with AI.
For sure. And she's been particularly vocal about the ethical considerations surrounding AI,
Right.
especially in the realm of creative writing.
It's a conversation that's gaining momentum as AI-generated content becomes more sophisticated.
She's raised concerns about, the potential for AI-generated books to flood the market,
Right.
potentially leading to a devaluation of human authorship.
It's a valid concern,
Yeah.
and it's something that platforms like Amazon will likely have to address
Yeah.
as AI-generated content becomes more prevalent.
Right. And this brings us back to a question we posed earlier. Where do you draw the line between human creativity and AI assistance? If AI could perfectly replicate your creative style, would you use it?
That's a question that challenges us to examine our own beliefs about art and authorship and originality. What does it even mean to be original anymore?
Right. And Karen's journey has been marked by a constant willingness to experiment, to push the boundaries of what's possible with AI. She's not afraid to try new things, even if it means failing along the way.
Absolutely. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
That willingness to, embrace failure as part of the process.
And remember how she talked about using LM Studio
Yeah.
on an external drive, even before ChatGPT became a household name?
Yeah.
That speaks volumes about her willingness to dive in and figure things out.
Yeah, she's a real trailblazer. She's not afraid to get her hands dirty and experiment with the latest technology.
Right. And she's even ventured into the world of AI-assisted podcasting, using Notebook LM to create a 2-host show called My Writerly Self. It's a fascinating example of how AI can be used to create a dialogue, even with itself.
Yeah, that's such a cool example of how AI can be used in unexpected ways.
Yeah.
It's really pushing the boundaries of what we think is possible with this technology.
And she's not stopping there. She's even considering using 11 Labs to clone her own voice for presentations and other content. It's another example of how she's constantly looking for new ways to integrate AI into her creative workflow.
Yeah, it seems like she's always one step ahead, always looking for what's next on the horizon. And that's what I find so inspiring about Karen's approach. She always puts the human element first. She sees AI as a tool to enhance her own creativity, not to replace it.
Right. It's about that collaboration, that partnership.
Exactly. AI can be an incredibly powerful tool, but it's ultimately up to the human artist to guide its use and ensure that it serves their creative vision.
And throughout her journey, Karen has demonstrated a remarkable ability to adapt, to learn from her mistakes, and to embrace the unexpected.
Right. That's really the key, isn't it? To be open to new possibilities and to be willing to evolve as the technology evolves.
She's a true pioneer in the field of AI-assisted creativity, and her story is an inspiration to anyone who's curious about what's possible when human ingenuity meets the power of artificial intelligence. So, as we reach the end of this deep dive into Karen Eastland's creative journey, we invite you to consider this. How will you incorporate AI into your own creative endeavors?
Right. What speaks to you?
Yeah. How will you navigate the challenges and embrace the opportunities that AI presents?
It's a really exciting time to be a creative, wouldn't you say?
It really is. Karen's story shows us that the future of creativity is filled with possibilities, and it's up to each of us to explore those possibilities and shape the role that AI will play in our own creative lives. So until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.